Hi, my name is Tom Van Dyke. I am a strategic partner for founder led businesses, and I've been doing this new series called Burn the Blueprint. And today I want to talk to you about something I'm calling the discipline trap, why 1 hour a day won't fix unpredictable revenue. So there's a book that came out recently. Full disclosure, I don't even remember who it was by, and I have not read the book. But the premise of the book I do remember, and it was this: if you're facing an unpredictable sales pipeline where you have lots of feast and famine, you can fix that as a founder simply by adding 1 hour of discipline a day to your work. And I started thinking about that. Is it actually true that discipline is the thing that fixes unpredictable revenue? And I don't think it actually is. In fact, I think that when it comes to unpredictable revenue, discipline doesn't work. Now, I mean, that's not totally fair. I think probably I should throw in something like a caveat like this, like discipline alone doesn't work. But this I stand behind. Discipline alone does not work. If you have inconsistent sales, you can't just get better at discipline and expect that that's going to make a difference. And here's why. Discipline applied to the wrong action will lead to disaster. This is just true. You can be very disciplined in the wrong thing. And if you're disciplined in the wrong thing, you're just going to lead closer and closer to this edge of disaster. You're not going to actually fix something by discipline. So I want to talk to you about what comes before discipline. Predictable revenue is not what discipline produces, it's what architecture produces. And so I want to talk about that architecture a little bit. I want to burn the discipline blueprint and I want to build an architecture of trust. So everything I do, I talk a lot about trust and what it takes to build an architecture of trust. And that's what I want to talk about today because trust is the foundation of any sales system. Now, a sales system that is going to really build predictable revenue requires three categories or three ideas. Number one, you need a written definition of what is qualified. It doesn't work for you to have an idea of what it means that a customer or a lead is qualified. You have to write it down. That leads to the second part, which means that you have a pipeline that anyone can run. This is what I find over and over again with founder-led businesses. Founder-led businesses are typically built off the back of the founder who is very sales forward. And so they build, sell until their personal network is exhausted or their energy is exhausted. And then they don't have anything left to give and their sales flatline. And so they think often, oh, we just need to add marketing or a better lead gen system, and then we'll be able to grow again. And that's not true because just adding more leads into a broken pipeline is also not going to help you. You have to actually write down your processes and train other people to run your business if you're a founder or your sales if you're a founder, because eventually you can't do it all. And then you also need a feedback loop that tells you what to fix when the numbers move. Now, this is just the sales system. And I would say that without architecture across the board and all of the growth domains that I'm about to talk about, discipline is rescue work. So discipline is what the founder does when these three things don't exist. So they think, oh man, yeah, just 1 hour a week and it's going to make such a big difference for me and my business. When really they're building on a really bad foundation, a really shallow foundation. There are 4 frameworks, in fact, to get your business to grow. Now, these are not my frameworks. They're not a proven process. They're not even a formula for success. My approach to how you should build your business is to help my clients build the framework that works for their business and their audience. This is really important. So there's a lot of people out there who are selling proven processes, formulas for success, and I just don't buy it. I don't think it's true. In fact, I think it's very damaging to even talk that way. What I want to do is I talk about 4 frameworks, but they're not my frameworks. They're your frameworks. They're the frameworks that I help my clients build. I want to talk about what those 4 frameworks are, and you're going to see how sales fits into it. And they all are about building towards trust. So there are 4 ways that we can increase revenue with a founder-led business fairly quickly if we take these 4 areas systematically and seriously. Number 1 is positioning. Number 2 is marketing. Number 3 is sales. And then number 4 is a lifetime value. So let's talk about this a little bit more. Positioning says how, where, and for whom trust is built. Where are we looking? How are we going to build trust? Who do we want to work with? Who do we want to trust us? Marketing then builds the trust before the sale. Sales converts trust into customers, and the lifetime value leverages trust for additional impact. And you can see that these four together then create a whole architecture of trust. So, whereas the book about discipline was talking just about sales, I know that if we actually hammer away at all four of these areas, you're going to see growth in your business. Let's go into it a little bit deeper though. Positioning. Positioning sets the destination. It's really simple. For this audience or these people, we offer this transformation so that they can become this outcome. And it could be anything. So for dog owners, we offer puppy training so that they can have a dog that doesn't soil their carpet all the time. Like my dog, I need a puppy trainer like that. So for these people, we offer this transformation so that they can experience this outcome. Now, the trap that a lot of people experience in their positioning is that they write a vision that's aspirational and not a commitment. You have to make a commitment. It's not just about who you want to become as a business, it's who you want to help your customers and clients become. That's the commitment that you're making. It sets the destination that you're leading your audience to. That's number one. This will help you build and prepare to build architecture of trust. Then marketing. Marketing is about filling the pipeline through trust and not volume. So I can't tell you how important this is. The trap here is treating your marketing as a volume problem when it's really a trust problem. A lot of people look at their flatlining lead generation and they think, all we need to do is add more people, so we're just going to start this cold calling or this cold emailing. And eventually, if we hit enough people, thousands even, somebody's going to bite and we're going to be able to fill our pipeline with those leads. And it might be true, but it's not the best way to fill your pipeline. And it's going to take a long time and it's probably going to take a lot of energy and money. What you really need is one promise. You need one promise, and then you need to bring it to one or to three channels, no more than three channels of marketing. And then you want to build one trust building asset that a stranger can consume before they even ever talk to you. That's actually what this is for me. These videos are my way of helping people get to know me so that we can begin to trust that, if I work for you, if you hire me, we work together, that I can actually help you do what I say I'm going to do. And I have one promise for you. I have one promise that if we look at the four frameworks, we'll be able to apply them systematically and see your business begin to grow. That's my promise to you. But one promise in 1 to 3 channels, probably not one, more like 3 channels, one trust builder asset that you can market in those channels, and then strangers will begin to consume that before they even talk to you. That's marketing. And it fills your pipeline through trust, not through volume. Sales, we've already talked about. Sales converts the pipeline through a written standard. So you filled your pipeline with all these marketing qualified leads, but now you need to actually move those people into a commitment, a revenue exchange with your business. So you need to know, what does qualified mean? What does that mean in writing? What is a pipeline anybody can run? Do you have your processes written down? Do you have the network established? What are the same 5 objections that you get every time? And how do you make sure that they're answered the same way every time? And then the trap here is confusing a sales script with a sales system. That is not the same thing. We need sales scripts, but if your whole sales system is, hey, read this script when you're on the phone with a potential lead, that's not a system. You just have one little part of a system. The last thing that you should look at if you're a founder and you need to grow is the lifetime value of your clients. So in lifetime value, we talk about keeping and growing the customer. That starts with the delivery of the product that they bought from you or the service that they bought from you. So you need to make sure that if you care about lifetime value, that your delivery standard is really, really great, because that's where your reputation is built. Then you need a retention cadence. How do you make sure that you are maybe upselling, cross-selling to those clients? And you need a referral mechanism to ask for more leads from your existing clients. How do you incentivize the ask? And then how do you track that? I say that you can increase the lifetime value of a client in 3 ways, really. You can get more money from them, so you can upsell them. You can sell them something else that can deliver value to their business or their life. Or you can resell them, so you can retain them. They walk through, they bought that one thing from you, they hired you to do their AC installation, and now you want to retain them on a monthly retainer to do maintenance or something like that. So that is now an upsell, a cross-sell. And then if they've left your pipeline, now how do you re-engage them to bring them back in as a paying customer? And then you need a referral mechanism. because it increases the lifetime value of a single client if they're going to introduce you to 5 of their friends. And that is, by the way, the easiest way to grow your business is by having a really great reputation and a really easy way for people to introduce you to their friends. So these things are all going to increase the lifetime value, and put together, you're going to really have a significant growth architecture that's built on trust. Now, discipline without a plan is just getting really good at the wrong work. That's all it is. Discipline without a plan is just getting really good at the wrong work. What I'm saying to you is if you build the architecture of trust and then you put discipline on top of that, oh my goodness. Well, now you're going to have a significant chance of growing your business, especially after you've stalled. So, one sales question that I encourage people to take home is this. Think about one prospect who wasn't going to close, or who isn't going to close, or who just didn't close. I want you to write down 3 reasons why that did not land, why it didn't grow. And then I want you to ask yourself this question. Those 3 reasons that you just gave yourself, does anybody else know those reasons? Do those reasons exist anywhere outside of your head? Because if they don't, then chances are all of the sales is reliant on you, and you're not doing the job of spreading out the work of sales, and you're not building a sales process. You're just running sales. And as a founder, you can't afford to do that long term. So this is a really good question to consider. Do other people in the team even know who we're selling to? And would they know why they didn't close if they didn't close, and know how to deal with that? All right, if you found that helpful or thought-provoking and you'd like to talk to somebody about some of the things that are running through your head and maybe how you can implement some of this, I'd love to jump on a conversation with you. You can do it at the link on your screen. It's just a 20-minute conversation, and who knows, we might be able to come up with a really great strategy for you in those 20 minutes. So if you're interested, I'd love to have a conversation with you. Otherwise, just thanks for being here today. I appreciate the support, and I hope that you come again. And we do these webinars live on many Wednesdays, so you can find out where in the links that are provided. And I hope to see you live on one of the Burn the Blueprint workshops and webinars.